Hello YouTube, we're doing another live tier list on stream, twitch.tv/KarQ. Shout out to these cuties who are watching this tier list being made live. Today's video will be a tier list on all the abilities in the game. This is just a fun opinion piece, my opinion piece. Don't get your, don't lose your mind over my thoughts here. This is just my thoughts. I'm not trying to bait you, or maybe I am trying to rage bait you, who knows? You guys are welcome to make your own. This is an update to a one I did 5 years ago on this specific channel. Bang, on the screen right there. That was the one I made 5 years ago when I had more hair and was like 20 pounds lighter. There's no ultimates included in this because we have another separate tier list video where we actually just only rank the ultimates. This is just the abilities in the game. Unfortunately, they're not ordered by role from tank all the way to damage to support. These are ordered alphabetically, but that's fine. And now this is also a bit of a quiz for me and the rest of you guys. Can we even tell what the abilities are? I'm gonna do my best, and that's why I'm doing this live on stream, because I realized if I was filming this off stream, I would sit here and be like, dude, I don't even know what ability icon that is, but I'll try my best here. I'm sure you guys can tell what all of these are, but we'll do our best. And here we go. So it looks alphabetical, so I can see Ana, Anran, Ashe, Baptiste, Bastion, Brig. So yeah, I can sort of tell. So off the rip, Ana Grenade. What are we thinking? Okay, there's apparently 137 abilities. If I spend too much time over explaining myself, it's gonna take too long. So let's just go as quick as we can, and I'll yap if I'm a little bit, thinking a little too hard and I'm not sure where to put something. Game changing because it's the anti-heal. Next, Sleep Dart, also game changing. Ana's abilities are insane, but this one's much harder to hit than the other. Both of these abilities are very OP. I'm sorry. This is just the truth. As an Ana player, she's just very vulnerable. That's why you have to bait these abilities out before you dive her. Okay, so this is Anran's Dance, the Blazing Dance. Dude, this is a very impactful ability now, specifically because they added to the base kit without perks, where she heals now, I think, on base. So I think Anran's Dance is so important. It phases you out to dodge abilities and it heals you. It doesn't quite swing the team fight as an anti-nade, but it's very important for her own kit and very impactful for her own kit. This is Anran's Dash. It can burn people, but it's mostly a mobility thing. It does small damage now. They nerfed the damage from 50 to 30, I think, or 50 to 20. She has 2 charges of it. I wouldn't say it's like strong per se, but and it kind of lacks the vertical mobility, which is probably why it's a bit more on the balance side. It's a pretty decent ability. It's core to their kit. I wouldn't even say this is decent because it's core to the kit might be a better parameter for it, and we'll leave it at that. Ashe's Dynamite. I'll put it at strong. Coach Gun, decent. The more I think about this, the more I want to change my thoughts a little bit. And I think Coach Gun is weaker than Anran's Dance, though. It's single use. This is 2 uses. I actually think, okay, you know what? I'm going to put Anran's thing back up to strong. I got to make sure I make my parameters pretty clear on what I think is good and decent and all that kind of stuff. Okay, Baptiste's, that's only the 2 abilities for Ashe. We have a couple of passive abilities. This is Baptiste's Exo Boots for his jump. This is one of the ways he gets mobility. Unfortunately, it puts him in a very predictable arc. It's okay. The thing is, he can reach high grounds, sure, but there's other heroes that can just do that easier. Like Kiriko can just wall climb, which is quicker. You can get shot in this. The reason why, if you take the major perk where you can dash afterwards, then it becomes a very important ability. But until then, it's decent. Okay, Baptiste Lamp, game changing. I don't think there's any question about that. Immortality Field, very good. Regen Burst, it's not bad. I wouldn't say it's a strong healing ability. It's decent. Okay, and we're gonna leave it at that. Bastion's A36 Tactical Grenade. I would say this is very impactful. This is actually one of the reasons why Bastion was so good for a while, is because he could throw the grenade, switch forms, and throw a second grenade. They had to nerf that part. The singular grenade, it just bounces. It deals 130 or something insane like that. It's his mobility button too, if he wants to jump up to the thing. It is a perk though to swap, I guess. So maybe if I'm trying to do this in a vacuum without a perk, that's something I have to consider as a base. Maybe we'll put it on just the strong side. It's a pretty good ability. It has good utility. Bastion's Transform. That's very important. That's what makes Bastion. Very impactful to be going into that form. I wouldn't say when he transforms it's game changing, but the fact you have to respect the form, it's integral to his kit, and that's something you have to watch out for. I guess in the parameter, this swings team fights. This one's you have to watch out for it. You have to be ready for Anran to disappear if you're gonna commit onto her. You have to wait for Bastion's form and respect that. Very good. Okay, now let's move on. We have Brig's Shield. Is this Shield Bash? This is Shield Bash, right? I would say this is, I don't know why I put still really important. Maybe I just put really important here. No, that's just her shield. Oh, I mean, I would think Brig's shield is her core kit. It's important. Although that being said, if it does go down, it's not the end of the world. You can wait a little bit. I wouldn't say it's as impactful as like respecting. I don't have to respect that she has the shield. I just assume it's always up. It's whatever. I think her other abilities are more important to watch out for. I was gonna say rally. I would say Brig's passive here, that's her inspire, if I'm not mistaken, is really important to keep up. That's like her whole bread and butter. Not game changing and something you have to respect, but it's just something that's just like having high uptime on this. We'll just put that here. Brig's health heal packs, really important. You don't want to just spam this shit, but this is like, I like Brig's specific repair pack way more than something like regen burst. This specific heal is like insane for single targets and squishy targets. Brig's shield bash, good mobility. I don't think it's decent damage when it has the ultimate active, but until then it's strong. It's mobility, it's really good. What's it called? Whip shot, arguably also really important. Honestly, if you don't whip enough to get good uptime on your inspire, I don't think it's as good. And then peeling people back at the right time. You feel like whip shot is at least really important? Yeah, I was gonna say. I'd say it's pretty important as well. Arguably impactful and something you watch out for. The thing is the cooldown is so low. You know what? Yeah, we'll just keep it there. All right, and let's just move on. Of course, this is just an opinion piece. You guys are, if you make a tier list like this, you guys are free to like switch things up or down. I think as long as it's like, as long as I put something in the tier and it could be one up or one down, that's as most of it as it goes. If I place something in a tier and it's like clearly 2 tiers above or 2 tiers below, that's when we have some issues here. Because this is a little bit, again, an opinion piece. Okay, now we have Cassidy, because again, we're alphabetical, A, B, C's. We have Cassidy, combat role. I wouldn't say it needs a buff, but it's decent. It's your movement, it's tankiness, but it's not like you ever have to call out like Cassidy no roll or something like that. It's decent. It's good. The flashbang, the hinder nade, really important part of his kit. Does this list include? I don't think I should be including any of the perks. No. Something to consider. This should be the base kit consideration here. I would say the flashbang, really important. When it used to hard stun, I would have put this way higher. I would put this here, but because it's only a hinder, some heroes will obviously like get affected by it, but some others not as much. It's not a hard stun anymore. Okay, so that's C. Now we're on to the D heroes. We have D.Va. D.Va boosters. You know, some of these I put the movements here, right? Like exo boots and the roll. It's decent, but D.Va's movement, D.Va's boosters is on the strong side. Honestly, even on the really important side. Because it does damage on the boop as well, your choice on the booster matters more than like randomly rolling or like randomly jumping as Bap, and stuff like that. So I would say her boosters are on the higher end. Her micro missiles, strong if it's close. I feel like a lot of people just waste it, and I feel like D.Va can still do D.Va things even like without it. So it's not like, Where's Defense Matrix here? Where's that ability? How come that's not on this list? Some made it to this list and some did it. So I guess it doesn't have everything. All the primaries and secondary buttons didn't make it into this list because we pulled it on the thing. It's definitely on the stronger side. I don't think missiles is as weak as the other one. So we'll put that there. Domina's shield. This is Domina's shield button. Yeah, Matrix would be under impactful. I wouldn't say game changing, but impactful. I think Domina's shield is very impactful. That is like way more core to her than anything else. Her crystal explosion button, I don't even know what it's called. It's strong, but I don't think it's as important as having a good shield. The shield cooldown's long, but this is like such an important thing you have to respect. Defensively, respect Anran's disappearing and healing, respect Bastion's form, and respect the shield from Domina there for sure. Okay, the pushback of her thing. I forgot what that's called. It's strong if it stuns. I would actually say it's really important. You put DM and game changing. I would put, yeah, we'll put the Domina pushback and really important. All right, and now we're on to Doomfist. Doomfist, is that the power block? That is the power block. That is really important. It's a big setup and his big tanking ability. We'll put that there. Better than strong. Doomfist's rocket punch. Obviously very impactful. This is all his movement. And if it's like obviously tied to the empowered punch, very impactful, literally. Yeah. Game changing if he's empowered punch and gets it, because it's a hard stun compared to like all the other stuff. This is really important. Very good. Seismic slam on his kit. This is like on the decent side. It's not even anything near as impactful as the block and the punch. This is just a lot of times the setup button more so than everything else. So we'll put the seismic slam way down, but these two are much better. Echo's focusing beam on the very important impactful side. Arguably game changing because this is the execution button. Honestly, I'm gonna put it on very impactful, and I'm gonna put her sticky bombs on also very impactful. Like this is like Echo's insane. Echo's really good. Her flight is honestly better than decent. She's one of the few heroes with really good aerial movement in that vector. So we're gonna put the flight onto strong. And we'll leave it at that. We're 108 abilities left. We got to keep going here. Emre's grenade. Honestly, we're gonna put it on really important. I think that's really good. Same with this pistol. With the perk, pre-nerf, this shit was game-changing, by the way. The heat sink made this OP, but this by itself, really important, decent sustain, good vertical mobility, gets you out of trouble. Honestly, arguably, I would say his pistol is more impactful than some, and it's a good execution. It's a good finisher too at really close ranges. I would say his pistol is, well, I don't have to call out that Emre no pistol, but yeah, maybe we'll put it really important. Freja dash, decent. A lot of people don't really dodge it. It's just to help you get the slow aim down sight and the reload. I think the updraft is the strong part of her gift more so than anything. Other than that though, I think updraft's a little bit better, but yeah. All right, next we have Genji. That's deflect. Deflect is very impactful. This thing is insane. Very, very good. Potentially game-changing, of course, but there's too much potential versus this is much easier to get value from, so we'll keep it there. Dash, Genji dash. I would say dash is better than strong. It's on the really important part of his kit. Getting the resets, dashing to finish, getting his good movement. It's an escape. You have to respect the deflect more than the dash though, but dash is definitely really good. Now we got Hanzo. That is his lunge. That is a crazy icon for a lunge, by the way, if I'm not mistaken. That's Sonic and that's thing arrow. That is not a dash. Like this is like what I would put in a quiz video for content creators on icons. Because like that does not look like a dash. I'm sorry. That looks like a fucking Kamehameha wave. Manta ray looking. Anyways, Hanzo dash, it's decent. It's nothing too crazy. Most of them just do it for a better angle. It's okay. Okay, Sonic arrow. Sonic arrow is one of the stronger ones. With the perk even better, but it's strong. Sonic is important. Storm arrow. It's strong, but I think I'm more annoyed at less. It's like if you're up in his face, he'll spam it and you just spam it, but it's just more like his base arrows that are a bigger part of his ability kit more so than this. So you can kind of see which heroes are very ability reliant versus weapon reliant. And that could be another tier list, ranking each hero's individual primary and secondary fires specifically. Like which part of the kit has more weight to it is one way to put it. May Wall, really important, arguably very impactful, something you have to respect and call out. You can always have very bad walls, but this is the absolute, this is like, you play May for the wall impact. Oh, this is not May, this is Hazard. Oh, we're on H right now, sorry. Oh shit, well, it's still very impactful. That's no difference, guys. Like walling people off, isolating them, then you just get bounced and then it just does damage. That wall is insane. It can save you. You can wall climb off of it. This thing is crazy. Very, very good. Nothing changes there I just messed up the hero. Spike guard. His block button does damage. Really important part of his kit. Super strong, a little above strong. And then this is his violent leap, also very strong, arguably very impactful, but it doesn't do that much damage in its own right. It's more the mobility. The bulk of the damage comes from the shot you do before you slash them. But yeah, similarly, it's arguably in a tier in between here. Could be as important, but I think the wall is more important than this because this is a longer cooldown. You don't want to fuck that one up. Anyways, Illari pylon. I would say really important, but sometimes my pylon's broken. I can still do everything I need to do on it. It just honestly doesn't heal that much in the middle of a team fight because it's only like 30. And there's like global healing debuff and it doesn't actually pump 1 per second. It's like once every like 1.5 seconds. I might be off on that number, but it doesn't actually pump that often. It's strong if it's by itself, untouched on a thing, but like, you know, it's okay. It's strong. It's decent. I think it has higher potential than like a regen burst from Bap, so I'll put it in strong. Her outburst, it's a good mobility button. It does damage, and the big thing of this is it activates her roll passive right now to start healing. We're at Jetpack Cat now. That's I always call it territorial. I don't even know what this ability is called. I'm gonna be honest with you. Really important ability to Cat and something you have to respect. This is the main bulk of the healing on the AoE. Is it actually just called Purr? Nah, you know what? I'm gonna put it down here. The primary fires, when this had the other perk on it, I think it was good. But again, this is perkless and that perk is gone anyways. It's a strong healing ability. Bro was knocking it down here because it was called Purr. You got me. What's this one? Is this the acceleration? I think it is. That's honestly Cat's movement, really strong. Much stronger movement than anything else from all the other mobility stuff. And then this one is Lifeline. Okay, this ability, this is what makes Cat. We're gonna put that on game changing. It's funny because like you can see all the game changing stuff is from the support category. Nade, sleep, immortality field, saving people with this, very game changing with the combo when picking somebody up. And setting them up, repositioning them. I'm gonna put that on game changing. This ability is the make or break. If you're good with this, it's insane. Junker Queen. This is Carnage. This is the axe swing. That's really strong, or really important, excuse me. I'm gonna put that there. Commanding shout, strong. Initiation tool, bulky. Knife, also very, really important. Actually, this is the impactful ability of her, by the way. You land one knife and you just set yourself up for the kill, basically. This is what Queen is made for, this specific ability. Let's go Junkrat. This is the mine, really important. Better than strong, that's everything. The trap, it's nice if it lands and it's strong, but it can get destroyed a lot. Some people may argue it's just whatever. A lot of junk players are like, but I think it's strong. Obviously, if they fall in it, it's good. I like the trap, it's good. Is this the passive on death? This thing is weak. Who dies to this unless you're already screwed? This is whatever. This is a whatever button. I wouldn't say it probably needs a buff. It's whatever. Because I don't want to imply to buff this. It's like a whatever ability, you know? We'll leave it at that. It's whatever. Okay, next we have Juno. That is her glide boosts. That is really important. It gives her the verticality. It procs the, actually I'd argue it's strong. This is important for mobility, and it's important to activate her sub-roll passive. So maybe we'll just put it at strong. Speed ring. Wouldn't say this is impactful and thing, but it's really important. Speed ring is very important to her kit. Pulsar torpedoes, also very important. Definitely better than strong. That's such a good ability. Okay, Kiriko. I'm not really sure why some of these have primaries and some of these have weapons and some of these don't. So we didn't have Briggs swing. Because swing, I don't know why Ofuda is here. Should we just not put Ofuda in there? That's not an ability. Let's put that at the bottom. That's healing Ofuda, unless I'm mistaken. Let's talk about her actual abilities here, which is Swift Step. Or sorry, this is Suzu. Suzu is whatever. Swift Step is also whatever. Next, we have Lifeweaver. Aha, this is the part where I rage bait you guys. Okay, Lifeweaver. I'm not gonna even yap about that. I don't need to explain. What is this? Is this Life Grip? This is Grip, right? Is game changing. This is his best ability by far. I'm convinced it's game changing. In the opposite way, it's game changing because you throw for your team by gripping your Doom, who's getting a two piece, and then you grip him out and you change the game by letting the enemy team win the fight. I didn't say game changing for in your benefit, by the way. Your Ryan just hit a 5-man shatter and he's about to charge in and swing, and you grip them out. You just changed the game. Pedal platform. Honestly, this is a pretty strong ability, guys. I'm gonna put. Where did I just drop it? I just kind of realized now that it's starting to, zoom out just a little bit to make this fit now. But anyways, I'd say platform is strong. Honestly, even more important. Let's put this on really important. Platform is insanely good. Gets you get away. You can counter a lot of ultimates, like an Orisa ult. Your Zarya grabs and you can lift everybody up. You can set up your team with this. You know what? I'm gonna put thing here. Are you able to expand the width? I don't really think so. Not on this new tier list website. This is not the standard one that everybody uses because it looks a little bit cleaner, but okay. Well, now we have Lifeweaver's dash. It's definitely on the stronger side because it has built-in heal, but it's decent. I wouldn't say it's whatever, rejuvenating dash, but it's decent. Put that there. It's core to their kit. It's decent. Okay, so what's after L? Lifeweaver, Lucio. Oh God, that has to be amp it up, crossfade boop. So amp it up, really important. Definitely on the better than strong, really strong. This is just crossfade. The fact that you just have a base aura, obviously very important, really important to the kit. That's the bread and butter. The boop, low key. I think boop is really impactful, guys. What do you guys think? Denying people, booping them off the map. We're putting that up there. May not be as, I'm putting it up there. Boop is your kill finisher, disruption. Like a Junker Queen wants to axe and you boop her every time. Like, I don't know, this ability is really good. Okay, what's after L? Lucio, who's this? That's May. L, M, A, B, C, D, Lucio, L, M, N, M. May, Mercy. Who is this? Mauga. Oh my God. I saw the healing and I was thinking it was a support this whole freaking time. I'm going to use this freaking button, this one for an ability quiz next time because that's going to bait people. Okay, so which one's this one? This is the one where he screams haha, right? This is the haha button. Cardiac overdrive. We're going to call it cardiac arrest. Really important part of this kit. It's only a 3-second window, but it gives you tankiness and lifesteal. The cardiac arrest for 3 seconds. You'll probably live if you have cardiac arrest for 3 seconds, so we'll put that there. Overrun. Also really important. This thing makes him unstoppable. So like this is really important to get correct, where you can time it, be invulnerable for a second or any CC, initiate, get out. Okay, Mei's ice block. Definitely a bit better than just strong. It's really important. I think Mei's ice block is fantastic. We're gonna put that there. Mei's wall is as impactful as Hazard's wall. This is like, you're doing this correctly at the choke, isolating a person. This is super good. Next, Mercy. What's just the wings? Is this just her flight ability? This is just her movement, right? I mean, it's a really important. Oh, that is Guardian. Oh, that's actually just full out Guardian Angel. I mean, that's really important to her kit. Nothing to say there. What is this? Is this res? Circle with an up arrow. I don't play much Mercy, as you can tell. This is res, right? Okay, game changing. No questions asked. What the heck is this? I would not know what to call this. Oh, I thought this was Mercy still. Oh, we went from Mercy. It's alphabetical. Went from M, Mauga, Mercy, and now we're on to Mizuki. Okay, I thought this was part of Mercy. Holy shit. That is Remedy Aura. That's his Aura passive. Important part of his kit, keeping a good aura. Well, actually, I would argue it's not quite as good as the actual heal on the hat. It's strong, obviously, but it just exists, and that's what pumps your stats. But this is the chain. Sometimes when you chain them, they can escape, but it is very impactful ability. This one's really good. This is the hat throw, really important. That's one of his best abilities. Same with Katashio Return. These two are really important, but not quite as impactful as this. And then his aura kind of just exists. I think that's fair, right? Best, good, and then like, you know, decent aura. We went from Mercy, Mizuki, Moira should be next. This is Biotic Orb. I wouldn't say it's very impactful, but this is like a big, I don't know, Moira's orb is just kind of annoying, but it's like, whatever. It can kind of just go away. I wouldn't say it's as crazy as the other ones. I'm gonna put the orb here. A lot of Moira's value is tied to her primary and secondary fire to her weapon. So I think, like, again, remember I mentioned how much like the heroes, the abilities have enough weight in their kit versus their weapons. I think her weapon is better than this kind of stuff. So we're gonna put the orbs there. The fade though, really important. Okay, good. Now we're halfway through, guys. How long has this video been? I don't know. We got to speed it up here. Orisa, Javelin, Spear. Low key, I think Spear is insane. I think Spear is really good. It's one of the few hard stuns in the game. It just, people don't weigh it as good if you whiff it all the time. But I have to sort of consider how often and accuracy, but it's a pretty fast projectile. I think we can put this on very impactful. Fortify, very important, of course. Same with the spin. Very good. Pharah, that's a Pharah. That's Concussive Blast. The perk right now is what gives it the 50 damage, but if this is perkless, with the perk, it goes up. Without it, it's just a lot of times movement, disruption. It's definitely better than decent. It's one of her better abilities. We'll put that there. Strong. This is just the jet dash. I think a lot of them just kind of use this to refill their fuel more so than it's decent. I think the better ability is the actual jump jet to go up. Important part of her kit. Put that there. Ramattra block, very impactful. This thing is insane on Ramattra. Or is that Nemesis form? That's Nemesis form. Is that transform or is that actual block? The flex is the Nemesis form. Nemesis transformation is like literally everything. Same with the block. They're both very impactful. Okay, yeah, I looked at the icon. Okay, yes, I got you. Ravenous Vortex, it's better now. Definitely pretty important for sure. We'll put that. Ramattra shield, it's just there. Nobody really breaks it. It's strong. Definitely, it's decent. Actually, I think it's pretty strong. It's because it has so much HP that nobody breaks it. If this thing had like way less HP, like Sigma shield already feels annoying to break, and that thing only has 600 HP. This thing has like 1400 HP, so it's like, it's definitely a stronger shield. Reaper, this is his TP step, Shadow Step. I think it's better than decent. Repositions him more than anything. You can iframe it. We'll put that there. Wraith form, really important. Dire triggers and flash heal are not in here, unfortunately. But if I had to rate dire triggers, I would just put it at strong. Okay, and this is the reaping passive. This is his lifesteal. It's decent. It's whatever. I feel like if he already jumps you, the lifesteal is like it's decent. Reaper, this is definitely Reinhardt's shield. That's like his bread and butter, really important to his kit here. So that's a Rein shield. That's going there. Rein charge. It's a little inconsistent though, but it is everything. It's really important. It's his movement. You can get kills with it. Fire Strike. I feel like every Rein player doesn't think Fire Strike is very good. It's just poke. And it's a finisher if they're already shattered anyways. The fact that you only used to have one, they had to give him two because it was so like whatever, so forgettable. This is a very slow projectile, gets eaten. It's mostly just to catch people by surprise. But if you're staring at a Rein and he throws it, you just sidestep it. Yeah, Fire Strike's just decent to me. It's whatever. Not as whatever as this. Sorry, but it's on the lower end. It's just decent. Most Rein players, I was gonna rate fire because I get hit by them, so I was gonna say it's a strong ability, but I don't think any Rein player thinks Fire Strike's that good. Roadhog's heal, really important. That's what makes him annoying. But his hook, more game-changing than obviously the Orisa Spear. The hook is up here, guys. I'm sorry. Hook is the game changer. That's your pick button, right? We're on to S. This is Sierra. Her drone, when it was 30 HP, I would have put it's whatever / needs a buff. But it's like decent now. You have 2 charges. It doesn't break. You can reposition, but her movement is just decent. This is her auto-aim button. Honestly, that's like the most impactful ability on her. Very impactful. That's the thingy. That's the marking shot. That's what makes her. If you hit that on any squishy, they're probably dead. The grenade itself, I would say, is less important. You just kind of just chuck it than hitting the tracking shots. Well, I'll put the grenade at really important. It is important. It's a good finisher. It does a decent damage. That's Sierra, and this is Sigma. Sigma's shield, I would say, is definitely better than Ramattra's shield. So we're gonna put Sigma's shield at really important. The Sigma suck, really important. Sigma rock, very impactful. Now we're on to Sojourn, the slide. Her slide, I think, is better than decent. This is one of the better movement abilities because it's fast. Although you only have 1 charge on the base kit. 2 charges and it's like really good. I like it better than like if I'm in trouble, the Sojourn slide gets me out easier than Ashe's coach gun personally. So I'm just gonna specifically rank it up there. Sorry. And it's super jump. Yeah. We got Sojourn's disruptor shot. I wouldn't say it's as important anymore. This thing used to have a slow baked into it many years ago on her release. It's strong though, for sure. We'll put that there. We have Soldier's Helix Rocket. It's a good finisher. It's strong. Sprint. I like Sprint. Oh, fuck. What did I grab here? Did I grab Torb's turret? I did. Better than anything else. This is what allows him to reposition. And you can reload in it now after the recent buff. It's actually a strong part of his kit. Healing Field without Stim Pack. It's just decent. It's fine. Nothing too crazy. And as you can see, his all the soldiers' weight on his hero is his gun. His weapon is what makes him him. And the abilities themselves do not define him that much. Sombra, that has to be hack. Or is this hack? No, that's translocator, cube. Or is this is hack? What the hell is this? This is her passive opportunist. This passive is very whatever. I love how the whatever buttons are the passives here. I probably could have just omitted them, to be honest with you. But some passives are better than others. So you know what? It's fair that we let you in there. It lets you see ults. Nobody knows. You gotta ping it. It's whatever. Okay, this is the translocator. Honestly, I just think it's decent now. I don't even think the translocator is that strong anymore. The fact that it's a limited range and that's the only way to go into stealth, and it's like, I think old translocator was much better. It's just a decent ability now, but it is her stealth ability, I guess. So I guess this is what makes her strong or / annoying. You can get out if you're in stealth. You know what? I'll put it as strong. Okay, now we have the cube. I low-key don't think cube is that strong, but if you do get the hack, it's just decent. I don't think the cube is that crazy, to be fair. She needs the other perks to make it a bit better. Okay, and this is the hack. Hack is very impactful. Well, actually, the hack is not as good as it used to be in Overwatch 1. The hack is a slight disruption. It's good. It can cancel sit. Well, it can be. It has high potential because it is a hack, and she can set it up with invisible. But it's definitely not as crazy of a silence as it used to be. Yeah, we're gonna bump it down. I think in my old ability tier list video, I think I definitely put this way higher, but it's definitely, it just kind of tickles me sometimes now. We have 29 left. We have Symmetra turrets. You need a lot of them, but they can be strong. They just feel annoying more so than anything. I think in metal ranks, they just suffer from getting zapped nonstop. They don't break it. I'll just put it on strong. It's important to Ricket. I think her teleporter has more game implications personally than her turret placements, to be honest with you. I think this is very important, her teleporter. Honestly, the good teleport, I've seen some high level OWCS Symmetras. Honestly, this teleporter is, now that I think more about it, I think teleporter is game changing. Escaping grabs, full team. It's the only problem is of course like team cohesion and using it correctly, but with proper callouts and rotations, this ability is genuinely game changing. Yeah, there's so much potential for this. So you know what? That's actually a good shout. I can't believe I almost put it in really important. It's definitely game changing. More so than where a single turret goes versus how we're using our teleporter. Flip maps, escape ults, like grab and stuff. Yeah. Torb turret by itself, not that impactful, but it's pretty important. It's what makes Torb. you have to respect it way more than like a singular ram shield or like a disruptor shot. This thing is super annoying. Definitely better than this deployable. This is one of the better deployables. We have Overload for Torb. It's strong. Strong. I wouldn't put it any higher than that. And now we have Tracer Blinks. Yeah, Tracer Blinks. Important. Recall. Way more impactful. I think that's fair. Vendetta. What the heck? Oh god, that's Lalupa's. Is that her block? That has to be her block. That's projected edge. That's throwing the sword projectile. That's the throw it and jump to your sword. Wait, this is her passive? This is the one that gives her attack speed. Honestly, it's decent. It's a much better passive than Sombra's and Junkrat's. It gives her move speed and attack speed. They had to nerf it because it used to be strong, because you would get so many stacks before entering and going in the fight, but they cut the damage or the speed and something else at in the patch 2 weeks ago. So it's decent now. It's certainly better than these two, so I think that's a fair assessment. This is the projected edge. This is what actually used to be really annoying when you comboed like extra projected edges. You kind of just chuck these out, kind of like Fire Strike basically, but it was strong because it used to give you stacks before you went in. So yeah, her win rate's not great right now, that's right. So we'll put projected edge under decent. This is the Soaring Slice. Now Soaring Slice is really good because it gives you the free overhead after. Honestly, really important, to be honest with you. The good initiation tool, we're gonna put that up there. It still gives stacks, but it's just not as it's not as strong as it used to be. That's why I put it under decent there. Okay, and this has to be Warding Stance, right? Is this her block? That's really important. This block and her, I think these two are the core of her abilities specifically outside of her weapon. And then this is her spin. I think her spin is just decent now. I don't really think it's like that good anymore. I don't think her spin is that strong either. But yeah, I'm just gonna put it at decent. I think these are much more important. Venture's Burrow. Burrow is strong. It can null a bunch of things, sets you up. Drill Dash also arguably better than strong. This thing does a chunk of damage, and the distance that you boop them back, disruption bounces them back, and it pushes them back in a perfect spot where you get the follow-up shot after. Really important to the kit. Very good. Widowmaker. Venom Mine. It's whatever. Grapple. It's decent, but it's just you set it up, you do it once, and it's kind of whatever, to be honest with you. It's like they'll just gamble the shot, and it's like all of Widow's value is tied to her weapon and not so much her abilities. So it's her abilities are whatever. I still think my favorite meme call out was when my D.Va said Widow no mine or something like that. Although you do have to call out Widow no grapple before you jump her. So you know what, that's a bit more. But the meme about Widow no mine was like a meme call out for a while. Okay, so now we're on the W's. W is Widowmaker, and this has to be Winston. Widowmaker, Winston. So this is Winston Bubble. Low key, very impactful. This is what makes or breaks Winston. This thing is so impactful. More than just really important. LOS Breaker, because of the shape of it, does so much work. Winston Leap as well, really important. This is now onto W. We're finally on the final stretch here. We have Wrecking Ball. This is Adaptive Barrier, really important with the big shield that Wrecking Ball gets. This is Grappling Claw, really important to the core of the movement, much more so than like this is the identity versus like, you know, like a combat roll from Cass versus like this. The Pile Drive, also really important. Wait, the drops are active. Did my drops change? My OWCS drop should be active because the matches begin in about 10 minutes. So we're finishing this off and then boom, we get to watch some Overwatch, pro Overwatch. Okay, so that's Wrecking Ball. This is Wu Yang. This is Rushing Torrent. That's right, thanks Cloud. This is the dash. So this is actually really important because, well, no, this is just the movement. It's strong. I was gonna say with the perk overflow, it goes up to really important to get the extra juice, but because this is perkless, this movement is so fast and it activates the passive specifically for him. So we'll put that there. Guardian Wave, really important. And this is Restorative Stream. Is this the passive healing after putting the active beam on them? That's my Harmony Orb. Yeah, that's really important. But his bulk of Wu Yang's value is his actual like weapon, the orbs damage and stuff. So abilities wise though, he's got a pretty good kit. Very good. And then finally, we're down to the bottom. This has to be Zarya and Zenyatta, I think is where we're at. We're excluding healing Ofuda. Zarya, projected bubble for a teammate. Personal bubble, of course, very impactful. Projected bubble, very important. The particle barrier and projected barrier. I don't think anybody argues that those bubbles. Winston, look at all the bubbles in the game. So impactful. Very impactful, very impactful. Zenyatta Discord Orb. Very impactful. Zenyatta's Harmony Orb. I don't even think it's strong. I just think it's decent. The bulk of Zenyatta's value is Discord Orb and his actual like firing his orbs. Harmony Orb goes down here. I love how he added his Zen kick. It's definitely better than whatever. It's decent. Discord Orb not in game changing. GG's. Could be. By simply existing. You know, that's a fair argument as well. When I've rated this tier list a long time ago, Discord Orb didn't have the 7-second timer where you can't re-Discord them. You were permanently able to just keep reapplying the Discord. It now dispels and there's a cooldown before you can re-Discord them, and now that's why I bumped it down. But the video I made 5 years ago, I definitely had it up on Game Changing, I think. But yeah, that's just my opinion piece on the ability tier list of Overwatch. Missing a few like dire triggers and flash heal and stuff, but this is so much that I couldn't fit it on the screen, but this is it at a glance. Game Changing, we have Onanade, Sleep Dart, Immortality Field, the Jetpack's Lifeline, Suzu, her Swift Step, Life Grip, Mercy Res, Roadhog Hook, and Symmetra Teleporter. You can see the bulk of them are supports, that's why it's kind of funny. Impactful abilities, we got plenty of really good ones here. And then you can see the majority of abilities in the game are important, strong, or decent, and that's how it should be. And then the only ones that are kind of whatever in the game are a bunch of just passives. Junkrat's passive, Sombra's passive, and Widow's Venom Mine. The rest are like, you know, probably part of the kit and good. Healing Ofuda got added in this by accident. I don't know why it's there. So yeah, Kiriko's stays down there. And people like tier lists. So again, just an opinion piece. You know, you're free to think whatever you want, and that'll be all. Whereas Defense Matrix was also missing for some reason. Also game changing and very impactful / game changing. And that's it for the YouTube side. Thanks for watching. Bye.